Hey guys, welcome back to Interactive Horror Story. We're about to do another great, wonderful story that are 10 out of 10 with every time we click on one. Today we have EmptyQuiver with us again. And Sheflash.
I thought he was rebranded as Floor Cheetos.
I did rebrand myself as Floor Cheetos.
Don't talk to me ever again. Okay, so today we can either do After Funeral, Evil Beneath the Ground, or Madness in Infinite Loop.
I want to do Evil Beneath the Ground because it has the potential to have Satan in it.
Let's do it. You are a goth university. It's me. You are a goth university student with no friends. You join a school trip to a lake and the forest near it. If you decide to wander in the forest at night, you will find bare footprints. Those are coming from a black hole with a ladder. Will you descend down it? I mean, I feel like if we don't, it's not going to further the story, so let's play.
Yeah, it'll be very boring if we watch us die.
You go back to bed. The end.
Evil Beneath the Ground. You are a young university student who identifies as a goth. You are a lonely person. People think you want to be alone. But in fact, who wrote this? But in fact, you couldn't find someone who felt affinity. Stop. Everyone is so distant from you. Nobody you know listens to the music you love. Like,
My Chemical Romance.
Stop!
Hey, Paige.
Huh?
Your tears don't fall.
They crash around
crash
me.
around
This
me.
mortal coil. The Sister of Mercy. I hate you guys. You heard about a university field trip to a lake and the forest around it in autumn. There would be a picnic. Also, alcohol is permitted. You could bring your own drinks. University. Never mind. She might be okay. Maybe. You joined the field trip. Not only maybe you could make some new friends, but you also love the nature, especially when it's cold season. But of course, you couldn't make new friends once again. During the 2 hours of a bus ride, you found out that every other student who joined the trip were already friends, so you couldn't be friends with them too.
Right? Okay, no one can have more than one friend, apparently.
They simply ignored you. You also didn't approach them. As a result, all you could do during the bus trip was looking outside the window or playing games on your phone while you listened to their joyful laughters. You have mixed feelings about the picnic by the lake. You can't feel yourself as part of the joyful youth who are enjoying the nature trip. After having a picnic barbecue, they played a game with a ball in which they formed in a circle and tried not to let the ball touch the ground. Are you talking about hacky sack?
Well, I feel like it's more like a kickball or like a beach ball, maybe.
Yeah.
But still, the concept is hacky sack is what I'm getting from this. Everyone participated in the game, except you. Well, you're just shitting on yourself. But
It's not like you weren't invited.
As you hide in the corner while everyone's having fun playing.
They're like, hey, let's all play, all of us together, every single one of us play. And then you're just like, oh, I guess I'm not invited.
But you enjoy the nature trip somehow. As said before, you love the nature. You took pictures of the lake with your phone. And you don't plan to post the pictures anywhere, though. And there's a huge forest near the picnic area. You have always found peace in the green of the forest. After the sunset, people began to light a campfire and drink. People around your age genuinely prefer beer, but you don't like it. You feel it overfills your stomach and causes nausea after 2 cans. Oh, she a lightweight! Instead, you prefer stronger drinks. Today, let's pause that. You telling me 2 beers is gonna make you nauseous, but you're gonna go liquor?
Maybe she's allergic to beer.
I'm a liquor person too, but okay. Today you brought a bottle of red wine. Ah, she's a wine drinker. Red
Well, we
wine
know that the person who wrote this was probably underage.
They gathered around the campfire while you drank your wine alone, away from them. Oh my gosh! A handsome guy brought his guitar from the bus and began playing it around the fire. While you
Here's Wonderwall.
Stop. While you have finished your second glass of wine, campfire and moonlight illuminate the Illuminati, the darkness. Sun already has set. There are about 5 hours for the picnic to end. You will be going back to the city with buses. He is playing a calming song, Wonderwall. You might join the group, but you also feel a strong urge to have a walk in the dark forest. Join the group or go to the forest. Yo!
Forest.
She wants to be alone, so
We
let's
were
just let her be alone.
we were shitting on this girl about her being alone, and then we're gonna tell her to go be alone.
Well,
Absolutely.
she's made all these decisions on her own. She had so many chances. She had so many chances.
Alright, 2 out of 3, 2! You stand up and wander away from the picnic because he's playing Wonderwall. You feel the call of dark forest, so you walk along the path in the forest. The trees are high and still green. Maybe they stay green in all seasons. You don't know. Your field is not biology.
Why would you need to mention that?
It's so stupid.
It's filler writing.
The soil is wet and muddy. If you must have rained before
You don't know if the soil is wet and muddy all year long.
You don't know if it's a composition of granite or anything else.
It must have rained before your group arrives at the lake. You leave boot prints on the soil as you walk. There are no clouds in the sky. Full moon and stars illuminate the forest. But that's not enough for your eyes. You turn on the flashlight of your phone. There's an app for it too. Thanks for telling us that.
Great.
You can't clearly see, but notice rabbits in the distance. Naturally, they run from you as they notice your presence. You begin to think you might have gone too far away from the picnic, but there's nothing interesting in the picnic area. You somehow feel like the darkness of the forest is your friend. Only friend. Oh my god, what an emo. Do you continue on the path, or do you turn back to the picnic site?
Path.
Let's go. I want to meet Satan.
Okay. You continue on the forest path. After a few minutes, you notice footprints on the soil. They seem to belong to a human with bare feet. Big feet. Probably a man. These prints cross the path. Do you turn back to the picnic site? Do you follow him, or do you follow his route back?
Follow him.
Follow him. It's probably Satan.
You follow the footprints on the soil. You keep changing directions. You find yourself at an elevation, and the prints stop here. Whoever was walking, he didn't leave prints. Those you could follow anymore. He might have gone anywhere, as he didn't follow a single direction. Do you turn back to the picnic site, or follow his route? I don't get that. Why did it tell us to follow him and then follow his route?
What? Well, his footprints disappeared, and I guess it's asking us if we want to keep walking in that direction.
Oh.
Let's keep going.
Yeah.
You decide to go to the place where he comes from. After a long walk, you find yourself at a hole. Oh, you walked backward! You went Oh!
That's confusing.
There's a lid, and a long rope near it. The man clearly comes from his hole, and his footprints prove it. When you hold your phone's light into the black hole, you see that there's a ladder inside the hole. You can't see the end of the hole from your position. As a curious and a drunk boy... I thought this was a drunk girl.
Yeah, I thought this was a girl.
I thought this was like an emo girl.
I thought they said there was an emo girl, yeah.
Wait, it's not a girl?
I thought, why did we think it was a girl? I can't be the only one who thought it was a girl.
I thought it was a girl. Well, probably because we said it was you.
Oh, yeah! Do you turn back to the picnic site, or do we descend down the ladder? I already know what you guys are going to choose. As you need to use both your hands to climb down the ladder, you put your phone into your jean pocket, turning off the light. Well, you don't have to turn off the light, just put it in your pocket. You can start climbing down. After a few seconds, the moon and the stars above no longer illuminate what you see. You are in a pitch black, and ladder still continues. Finally, your feet touch the ground. You are so distant from the forest that you can see the entrance of the hole from where you are. You carefully get on your 2 feet. You can see nothing yet. Turn on phone's light. That's the only option. The place where you are is made of concrete. There is a long corridor in front of you. It's narrow, about 1 meter wide. It's not very high. There are only a few centimeters between your head and the ceiling of the corridor. You smell a terrible odor. It's the mixture of feces and something that you can't understand. There are 3 doorless holes.
Brandon, stop.
along the concrete corridor, making these rooms to discover. Do we examine the first, the second, or the third room, or do we climb up?
Third.
Kind of wanted to go in the middle with the second.
I'm gonna go third because I like odd numbers.
Okay.
You see a chain tied to the wall. It has a bracelet at its end. There are 2 metal buckets. They are both empty. You notice a metal key on the floor. Well, obviously we're gonna take the key.
I like how they said bracelet instead of shackle.
Yeah.
Just a nice little like
Just a bracelet.
a nice little rope bracelet.
Pandora. The place where you are is made of concrete. There's a long corridor. Oh, it's the same thing. Okay, we just came from the third room, so now we'll go to the second room, like Joanne wanted.
Okay.
You are shocked to find a chained woman in the room. Oh, good thing we went to the third room first! The chain is tied to her ankle. She looks to be in her 40s. Too weak. Her bones are noticeable. And has pale skin with lots of scars. She's on her knees. She's naked. Her body is lightly hairy. Except for her public area, it is quite hairy. What the fuck? Why did they say that?
Public or pubic?
Pubic. Whoops. Why would they even add that in there?
I don't know. She's a woman. She's a woman. She has to shave down there, but she doesn't.
She has very little hair, except for her vagina, where it's just a forest of hair.
Get the fucking monkeys out of here. Contrasting her hairy body, her head is shaved. She stinks. Not only the smell of feces, but also it looks like she wasn't washed for years. She screams as you point the light to her. Who are you? Try to save her? Run to the ladders.
Save.
Yeah, save her.
We have the key.
Let's do it. Save her.
You crouch down to her tied foot. With the key you got, you unlock the bracelet. She is free. You also notice that her pinky toe is missing. Run with her, or ask her what happened to her toe.
I'd say run. You can ask her later.
Yeah. Oh, but what if we get to meet Satan?
What if she's the villain? She tricked us.
That's fine.
You hold a woman's hand and rush to the ladder. I wouldn't touch her. Your other hand holds your phone so that you're enlightened the corridor. But as you reach the ladders, you feel something hit your stomach. You can't understand it. You saw nothing in front of you, but still there's something. Your phone falls to the ground. You can't see anything. The woman screams, "Oh no, he came!" You see something grabs you and smashes your head to the concrete wall. You black out. When you wake, you find yourself lying on the concrete floor in pitch black darkness. By the smell, you understand that you are in the same place. Whoever is keeping you captive, he has stripped you from your clothes. You are naked and cold. There's a gag on your mouth, so you can't shout and communicate with the woman. She might be gagged too. You stand and try to walk, but your ankle is tied with a chain. You can walk only in the chamber, with 1 meter of radius. Your foot touches a metal bucket. It's probably where he expects you to defecate. You lose your sense of time here. You wait for an unmeasurable time for something to happen. You are thirsty and hungry. Sometimes you hear your phone ring. It's in a different room. The piano melody is "It's the Fear" by Within Temptation.
Oh my god. Why is that necessary?
Probably because this is the kid. He's describing her life. An ironic name for your situation. They probably notice that you are missing and try to reach you. Especially your parents. They must become mad. Of course, you can't answer the call.
Finally, mad. We mad now.
Thanks, Brandon. Finally, you hear footsteps. You hear your captor coming to your room. You're unable to see anything. He takes your gag off. Apparently, he has no problem with seeing in the pitch black. And you hear his voice. Drink! It belongs to an old man. A dominant. Ordering voice. You feel the tip of the bucket on your lips. Do we drink it or ask who you are?
Ask.
Let's ask, yeah.
I am your new master. You better behave now. Well, you are mine now. Now drink, or I won't give it to you once again.
It puts the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
It is water. What he is offering. You drink it. Not the best water you drank. It could be taken for like water. But you have no choices, it seems. After you drink enough, he puts the bucket on the ground. Now he brings something else to your lips. Eat! You are too hungry to refuse him. You allow him to put the thing in your mouth. Yeah? It means you but raw. You would never eat raw meat, except for sushi.
Ew.
But now
You're gonna
you
get
chew
sick.
it slowly.
You're gonna get a parasite.
It is a rabbit, he says. You shut
Thanks.
A nasty ass wild rabbit. You're definitely gonna get sick.
You shallow the meat. Swallow. No. I think that's supposed to say swallow, but he spelled shallow. Despite how it disgusts you. After you eat all he gives you, he puts the gag on your mouth and leaves the room without saying another word. After a while, he comes back as you were lying on the floor. Stand up, he orders you. You get up on your own 2 feet clumsily. He grabs your body and you feel 2 sharp fangs on your neck. He starts draining your blood, and you understand the true nature of your capture. You have no idea how long you have been a prisoner here. You are mostly alone in the room, doing nothing with your gag on your mouth. He occasionally comes to feed you and himself.
And then another goth comes in, because they're also lonely, and save you.
Sometimes you hear a loud sound from the other room. He tortures the woman. She screams and begs him to stop, but he doesn't. You hear a whip hit the naked flesh of a woman. But for some reason, he doesn't harm you. Only the woman. Yo, is this going to turn into a yaoi? You haven't seen anything for a long time. You have no idea what he looks like. Sometimes you hear sobbing, but it doesn't belong to a woman. To the capture. He cries loudly for some reason. Some day or night, you can't figure it out, he shows up and takes off your gag. I have done some research about you. Learned everything about you. And your taste in music is crap. I added that. I'm sorry. I just...
So he talks like a caveman, but then he knows how to research people.
He says your name.
Ow.
Shocking. We have some common points. We both like the dark. Oh my god!
You're kidding me. You know. This is story canceled. No.
We are both outcasts. What is this?
God.
Reported.
Lonely souls in the world of darkness.
Oh my god.
I will make you an offer only once, so make your decision wisely. I'm not.
Do we get to become a vampire?
I can make you immortal like me. You will no longer be in chains. You will have a life of or unlife in the dark, like you have always wanted. Or you can stay as immortal and wait for the days you will die here as my prisoner. I want to be immortal. I want to stay human.
Let's be immortal.
Yeah.
Very well, he says. Stand up. You stand up and allow your master to embrace you. You feel the fangs on your neck once again. But this time he doesn't stop. You feel your whole body is getting drained. Soon you lose consciousness.
The end.
You open your eyes and you find yourself lying in a wooden coffin. But this time, you are able to see. There isn't any single light source in the concrete room. But you see your environment as if you were wearing night vision goggles. You're wearing your old clothes and are also given gloves so you can't see your skin. You have lost your hair, it has shed. Your old hair is on the coffin part where you put your head on. You feel your face change.
Please read that again.
Did I mess this up?
No, just read it again. I want to hear it again.
You have lost your hair. It has shed. Your old hair is on the coffin's part where you put your head on.
That's so bad.
So much.
But the most
like a 16-year-old wrote this. Okay,
yeah,
you go.
probably. But the most significant change is an unbearable thirst, but not for water. Welcome to a new start, my child. You hear his voice. You look
he doesn't
around the
sound
room,
like a caveman anymore.
but you can't see him. There are 2 coffins and mirrors in the room. They think that our kind can't be seen in the mirror. False! Take a look at yourself! You step outside the coffin and walk to the mirror. You are in terror of what you see in the mirror. You don't carry a human face anymore. Your skin has scales like a snake. Its color is light gray, almost white. Your ears are long and pointy tips. Your eyes are all red. You slowly open your mouth to see sharp teeth. You scream, break down and cry in despair. Then you feel his hand, claw to be exact, on your shoulder. He stands you back up. Now you are able to see his hand. It is scaled like your skin. Look at me, he orders you. And for
We are
some
Sneeple or snake people.
God damn it.
For some reason, you can't disobey your master. You involuntarily look at the mirror and see a mortal entity behind you. His body is tall, naked, and has a humpback. His skin is almost white and scaled, but his face, it is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. It's an embodiment of evil, torture, murder, rape, and envy. Envy for everything that is pretty and fair. I will teach you everything I know. You're new, and only now. Parent says with a hideous smile. The end.
We did it.
Yay. Yay.
We solved the vampire puzzle.
Yeah.
So is that the good ending?
Probably not, but I don't really care to find out what the other endings are.
Because I thought our goal, since like it seems to be like an ongoing thing, I thought our goal was to get the worst ending possible. I feel like we failed in that.
Oh, too easy. Hang on. Okay. So you approach, there's two girls you notice. One of them is blonde and the other one has black hair, colorful clothes. You ask how you are. Blonde girl says, we are fine. They neither say anything else nor ask how you are. What's your names? The one with black hair says, we have boyfriends.
Like, don't even talk to us.
I only asked for your name.
Oh my god.
You are trying so hard, aren't you? The blonde girl says as they both laugh. Number 1, fuck you. I tried to be nice. They don't like what you say, but they don't react either. They keep sipping their beers as you leave. You can stay with the other students or go to the forest. We stay. Nothing interesting happens in the rest of the day. You finish your bottle of wine and can't make any friends as usual. When the time comes, you get on the bus and go back to your city. Yes, it's a lame ending, but at least you're alive and still human. Wow.
Okay. So it doesn't even end with you making a friend?
No. Why would they do that? He's an emo. Get it right.
Oh, okay.
God fucking damn it. No, don't let him do it.
I'm just gonna end the video right here. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and watch my other videos and have a wonderful day and watch my other videos and have a wonderful day. Bye. Gotta get back.